Starting. Hey, this is another SoulePowered, and I can't even talk straight. Okay, so this is another SoulePowered. As usual, it's at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time, and was on for about an hour. And as you can tell, we're kind of in a different setting. And I'm actually with people too, which basically being ninjas right now are being quiet. And so, two subjects I was going to talk about today, since I'm in one right now, is library right now, which is actually pretty cool. Somebody suggested that I should talk about it. And another subject is depression, which is probably on the sadder side. So I'll start out with the library. And see, so yeah, speaking of the library, it might be like there might be more SoulePowered things that are going to happen here and in different rooms, like with all the pictures and stuff too. And so this library is actually really cool. It was built a long time ago, and they recently just modeled it for like 3 point something billion. As for the library's name, you'll have to recognize it maybe somewhere or something. Find it. If you recognize the library, that's cool. If you don't, then you probably don't live around here. And what else? Yeah, they did a bunch of different things for the library. They put like lamps in that reflect light so they don't waste as much electricity. They put a couple new features in. They expanded it a little bit. They added conferences from which this one is right now, and I have no idea if this is actually going. So let's see. I don't think it is. Let's see. Yeah, it's still not going, is it? I don't think it is. I'm gonna refresh it. No, it's still not. Oh well. You can watch it on YouTube basically too. So as of right now too, I was trying to get the lounge so people could currently watch this, and if you don't see this, then I apologize for that, but this will be in the playlist, which you can check out in the lounge later. But anyway, back to the library. So it's really cool. There's even like a new teens room or teen-centered chill-out area, which is pretty awesome. There's chairs that move around that are from like a couch type thing, and there's spinny chairs, and they're also going to have an Xbox One. So that's pretty cool. They didn't, in a way, it didn't really expand, but it did grow like kind of diagonally, as it seems like they expanded one part of the library. So that's really cool. And they added more computers too. As for what else, there's even like a thing where something interacts with your emotion that's on the floor. That's also something that's cool. And what else? I think that's probably it. Yeah, you're just there.
Dollar coffee.
Yeah, there's Dollar Coffee. Again, there's ninjas. Can't see them. Oh, maybe. Who knows? I know, right? What else? Yeah, Dollar Coffee. And as always, it's a pretty cool place to come chill. As I said, I'll probably do more SoulePowered things here. Maybe I'll change the rooms out if they're not available, or this does get boring from doing it from different locations in my room. It is cool, but you know, there could be better things than that. Let's see if I can actually still get this to work live, maybe, because I would also have started this earlier at 1 too, but I was having technical difficulties because it's not embedding knowledge, as I said before, but I don't know why. Let's see if I can try to fix that again. Let's see. Like, I can invite you and you can watch it. I'll do that. So we'll do that. Because then, like, if you're connected to your Gmail, you should get it. So, let's see if we can do I'll try one more time to embed it, see if it works. Otherwise, don't know what to do. Dollar coffee sounds really tempting now. If only I had $1.
I know, me too. I forgot my wallet.
I have my wallet. I don't have $1. I have $1 in my house. That's actually sad. Let's see if I can refix this. I don't know why it's not working, but it should. On work. Pages. Edit. Maybe it will work. Do paste image. Paste. Update. So yeah, this library is really cool, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, you probably don't live around here, but I suggest that you should go check out your other local libraries. There's knowledge, you can meet people, again, you can get free coffee. They might have some cool expansion thing you can do. And you even might see the SoulePowered things here more often. Okay, now it's working actually. There we go, now it's going. Okay, so the lounge is actually working now, so that took, I don't know what I was doing wrong, but it's embedded in there now, so do that. What else is there? Also, I have somebody here who works at Walmart, so if he wants to say something about Walmart, he can say something about Walmart. That's not one of the topics I'm talking about, but, you know, SoulePowered is just something to come out, hang around. Basically what I'm doing right now is hanging around with ninjas, as always. As keep on saying if they want to say something. If a ninja wants to drink like dollar coffee, yeah.
Maybe I'll be a ninja and sneak the coffee. Since I don't have $1, I'll go sneak and get one coffee.
That was a really short topic for like the library. What else could I talk about here? I mentioned the Xbox One yet? I don't think so.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. See, that's what I don't like about like these. I always talk about like the subject extremely fast, and then it's like just like for the middle part, it's just really awkward.
What about that mat out there?
Mat. Oh yeah, like the interactive one. I mentioned.
Yeah, that thing's huge.
Yeah, like the So there's like an interactive thing that I've mentioned that said I had motion. It's kind of like it has a projector above. Obviously, I'm not going to take my whole computer and show you guys, but maybe I'll take a picture and I'll post it on the solutions wall. It interacts with your motion, so even if your foot's just over this mat, there's a projector above on the ceiling, and it cycles through different games or people, kids. They can all interact with it. It's really cool. So that's another function. Also, this library has like a ship that has words, letters. They had a hunt that had, you had to find animals around the library, and you get a free sticker. So if you wanted a free sticker, you would obviously come to this library or something like that. Well, you wouldn't do something like that. You'd obviously come here or go to your library and see what kind of things they have there, whether it's stickers, coffee, a library, yeah, a library and a library. Or maybe they got like more teen stuff, like teen sections or kid stuff, depending on what you're talking about. Really, you're gonna listen to it while you're listening to this? Are you listening to your music, or what are you doing?
Is there a delay at all?
There actually is, but people wouldn't notice it.
Yeah, except the guy from Walmart would, because he's at the live show.
All right. So obviously we've got, according to the ninja on one side on my left, we've got the Walmart ninja on the right, and obviously I'm using ninja because they don't want to say their names, or I respect that too. And obviously it's like the first time you have guests on a show, like Well, yeah, it actually is the first time I've done this. So, and obviously, the ninja right there is, showing the ninja right there. So, obviously, that's going to be a delay for a while, too. And totally probably just skip my announcements because people are distracting me. But hey, that's all fun about SoulePowered. But as I go into like topics as depression or something that's kind of more serious, more melancholy, and something that a lot of people have dealt with over the winter, if they don't want to, talk about it, or if it's summer, or maybe where you are, it could be winter, but depending on like what you're talking about or what you're doing, obviously, I see I have one viewer. I wonder who that could be. But yeah, depression, it's more just sad, melancholy, really just kind of down there. But as people, like, if you're talking, like, if you get happier as you go, and like the summer, it's nicer out, you feel better because winter, they're long and harsh, and you might not get the things you like to do, or you're just really sick of the cold because you're always sad and you don't really want to deal with the snow. And really, a lot of people don't, or the depression could be something else that's happened near past, or maybe happened with somebody, or something you've done and you regret it, and it just kind of triggers a memory in your mind or focuses back to what you're talking about. I don't know. Again, I sidetrack way too much, as we know. I don't know why the person who's with Walmart is watching this. If I'm here, it's kind of awkward, but yeah. But again, people who are depressed, they might have a different behavior or show it differently, or they want to do something about it. Some people don't really know if they're depressed, and it's really hard to say like the different knowledge of depression because again, we're not always going to know, but there are things you can do to help that. Again, you can use solutions, or you can use resources if you really need to, like if you want to. Well, I did mention solutions, but there's different parts of solutions. I do, as I always say, I do actually have a resource list that I can share with people through Gmail. If you have a Gmail account and you want to know the different social networks, I don't have to keep on explaining them to you. And those, like if you like to look at pictures to kind of help cope with depression, or listen to different types of music, those are something solutions will try to help you do, or just simply use our complaint form as always. But again, there's a lot of different types of depressions, and what you're gonna do about it is really up to you. Or some people even take like meds or go to therapy for it. And if you're not doing it professionally, or you're going to do something drastic, you might want to turn around before that happens, or do something bad. You really want to turn that around and make sure you're not going to one of those paths, because people have gone there, or they're getting attention, and that's really not a way to do that either. You should just kind of be quiet about it, even if something seems wrong to somebody. Try to talk to somebody else. Don't go blabbing around or trying to gain attention, because that's not really good. If you're depressed, then yeah, you want to talk to somebody professional about it, whether it's your school psychologist, to your parents, but friends, depending on how long you know that person, or a sibling too, because you could have a sibling be like, maybe you live with a cousin, or whether it's your brother or sister or somebody, or uncle, or aunt. You want to go with somebody who has knowledge of you. And if you don't know if you're depressed, or if you don't really understand it, then you might want to do something. I don't know. I can't really say, but I can try to use the tools to help you through solutions, whether you want to email me, use the form, or listen to the different types of discussions. Before I got off track too, I want to apologize. I was trying to reassess everything, but again, I'm going to try to repeat. So again, solutions is either every Saturday or Sunday, and I might and I go for about an hour more, talking about different subjects depending on what you want to talk about, or what you want to hear, or what I'm thinking about. I'm goes on for about an hour, and it could have like special guests, like people that I'm here with now, whether they're just hanging around and listening, or if they want to join in, mention about different things, or give different topic ideas too. And that's basically what solutions can be used for too. Like currently, the one person that was here was mentioning that they couldn't log into the website, but they had to. There is actually a function where you can log into the website and you can sign up for an account, which I would have to create, and you'd have to basically have it appropriate, obviously. Otherwise, I'm not going to create the account, and then you can talk to certain people here or through the different social networks of solutions. You can talk to people, try to help them or help yourself, try to figure out why you're depressed or what emotions you're feeling. If you're really not sure, read a blog post. There's many other resources besides solutions. But again, if you're not doing anything, you're not going to get anywhere, or it's just going to make it worse. So before it does get worse, you really do want to try to do something for it. Even going to a library, maybe reading a book, or hanging out, making friends, having like a conference or something. I think it's really cool to do that. Like just this right now, you're talking and you can see pictures in the background. Maybe you're not even listening, or maybe you're just staring at the pictures in the background, and that's making you smile, or because maybe you're hiding behind a smile too, and people don't know it, or you tell people you are, but maybe you're actually happy. So it depends on so many different variables about why you're depressed. Maybe you're not even depressed. Maybe you're just really sad someday. Maybe you're just too happy and you need to feel a different emotion. It's okay, but if you're doing it unacceptably, then again, you should try to do something about it. Like always go to the library, drink coffee, go to a coffee shop or something. Do something that will distract you from your emotions or that feeling of depression, because depression can sometimes be linked to one or more places. Like maybe it's only in school, maybe it's only in work, or maybe it's only in a coffee shop, but depending on where you are, or maybe even it's who you're with. If you change something and you see if that's right, well, you can always change it back to. I mean, some are more risky than others, and it can end up hurting you in an emotional way, but there's always things that you can do again. Like you can always change them. You can always try to go to a friend you don't expect to go to, or it's something that you don't want to do. So there's many different things. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you feel the best. Or even you could start a Google Hangout session like this, or join these, like how you can watch them like somebody was doing right now. You can join in. You can ask questions while you're here. You can even chat on the Hangout session. You can chat, ask questions. You can join. Somebody asked questions? I think somebody asked a weird question again. I don't know why, but that happens too. So you can do many different things even while you're here. But if you're going to distract somebody else and kind of show them a negative attitude, please don't. If you want to hide it and change it around to show that person you care, or post something somewhere, if you really need to just let it all out, please remember to use the solutions complaint department. That's why it's there. Those complaints won't go anywhere. You can vent as much as you want. You can make the complaint as long as you want, and you can say anything there because those complaints are confidential. But as for the solutions form, remember, if you have the wrong data submission form, you can always go back, resubmit it, or use contact, or email me, or even try to contact me on YouTube somehow. If you're really depressed and you don't want to use the form to contact, because it might take a while, you can directly email me if you really need to at solutions@gmail.com. That's probably the easiest if it's really something urgent. But if you have enough time to use the form, that's probably a better idea, because those will get to faster. There was probably other more happier subjects to talk about as well, but as for what they are, I did have another one. I don't know if it was barriers or what it was, because I did have a couple different subjects in mind, but let's see. Yeah, I don't know. So I don't really want to repeat the subjects or anything like that. Uh, where's my mouse? I don't even know where my mouse is. So there's different things. So again, solutions might be doing more things here in different colored rooms, as you might notice. I think it's going to be really cool. Different change, give a different feel for the library. As for happiness, if you really want to be happy, do something that you know that makes you happy, or if it doesn't make you happy, smile, whether it's hanging out with friends, playing basketball, or playing different card games, whether it's with the same friend. But if you do kind of get annoyed with them or something, you want to be able to communicate that to them, whether they're being sarcastic or they don't really understand it. You want to be able to make sure they can, because not everybody does, and that can go for like multiple factors of things too, which I'm not specifically going to mention because I have mentioned a couple things and topics, and those might be in future topics or anything. Let's see what else. So I still can't quite remember the subject, but so there's basically a little bit newer format to solutions than there has been. I mean, the scenery change, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, it's a nice room to talk in. It's somebody can simply just chill, can drink coffee, discuss things. And maybe there might be some time where there's going to be like a live interview or a discussion like the two people I have here right now. I mean, have commentated things, which is appropriate and that's allowed. But they're also being respectful too, which is what basically friends or others should be. Because again, we never know if somebody is depressed or hiding their emotions or what really happens in their life. So we want to respect that. As always, go to a library or something. Or are you still watching it? Do you see like what time the counter is at, or does it just say live? How much time? Really, only 22 minutes. And do you have anything to say? I'm really quiet now. Talk about different coffee shops. It's only been going for 22 minutes as I'm. Or when did I start? This at like 1:12 or at like 1:11. I think I started. This is actually short, but I'm trying to game this for an hour. As I just asked, he doesn't. The ninja, no, doesn't have anything to say. But what else is there? So, library, depression. Yeah, I should have had a third topic. And I do repeat like a lot of things just so you get the ideas of where to use the solutions resources, whether you want the best, which you're only going to get if you want to request it, because I'm not going to just share with somebody randomly, or if they just like force out asking it, or send it to all the emails I have, because that's not what I'm going to do. If they really want the list, they would have to request it through the form or possibly email me. Also, another side, no, actually, I don't know if I did mention this obviously, but another thing that Solutions is going to start up to is like a phone or texting service where if you're obviously watching on your mobile device, like if you're watching Solutions or something, you're going to be able to soon text or call if you need something on the go, if you don't have your mobile data available, which I don't expect it to be 24 hours, or maybe it's not going to be anytime soon. So that's going to be another thing that's going to happen. I mean, whether it's real or, well, obviously it's going to be real, but yeah. So, like right now, basically the only texting things are, well, you can communicate through Facebook, Twitter, Google Hangouts. You can message people on SoundCloud, but that's probably the least likely place I'm going to respond because I don't use it much. I will use it to upload music or create albums as for that. So if you're really depressed, to try to use one of the ways of contacting me. The best way to contact me though is using the solutions form. And again, if you don't have again, if you do use it multiple times or more than once, eventually I'm just going to start emailing you back because you'll have my email, I'll have yours, and we can converse through that method if you really need to continue talking about being depressed or if you need help or resources. Which if solutions isn't a resource, what I can do too is try to help you find those resources or available things to help you out or be happier. And it's not guaranteed that you're going to be happy again. You're going to have to try to find the path on your own to your happiness. Maybe you won't be happy. Maybe you'll be able to hide it or figure out different strategies, do different coping things. Maybe you'll just simply be glad about it. But again, it depends on like where you are or who you're hanging out with, what they're doing with you, or you're doing, what the influences on each other, or it's family, location. Maybe you move one day and you really don't want to move, but you happen to make amazing friends or meet somebody really amazing in the love of your life or somebody, and they change your depression into loveliness or happiness, whatever it could be. You could still be depressed, but you're hiding it behind that because you have something to distract you, or maybe you truly do feel different again. I can't say exactly for an individual like how you actually feel or what you feel like, but it is something to do or something to think about. But enough, it's probably enough for talking about all that sorrow stuff. Because that's really, I hope that helps you understand or what you're thinking about. As for doing, but be sure to be happy and do things that make you happy. I can't exactly end it off in a clear way, but that's what I have to say is be happy, do what makes you happy. Look at somebody's smile on their face, whether it's real, fake, or maybe they're just laughing at a bad joke you told or something, but do what you have to do in order to make you happy. And as for this library again, I think this is pretty cool. I'd say this library makes me happy. There's different things to do here. There's so many different people. You could even meet somebody at the library too that would make you happy. So there's many different things. There's endless things. There's coffee shops. I didn't mention about barriers in the title, but since I still have a couple minutes or a few, I don't know, go until at least 2 or so. So there's different barriers in life too, including depression can be a barrier. Your emotions can be a barrier. You not being able to drive or passing your permit test, or maybe you do pass your permit test, but can't get your license. You can't pass that. But there's ways to overcome those barriers. There's people that will also be barriers in a way too. You could be your own barrier. People can barricade up barriers, and you have to go through multiple barriers. I mean, it really is a struggle because everybody is going to have barriers, whether you're young, old. Well, I wouldn't say extremely young because you don't understand the fact of barriers yet, but you're eventually going to and that's something that would stop you from learning or doing what you want to do in those barriers. Some are to keep you safe. Some are just in your way, and you have to figure out how to go through those barriers and not surround yourself, but surpass the barrier. Figure out what's going to help you get past that barrier, whether it's a friend or a friend of a friend or some sort of service that you want to be helped with, whether you're disabled in special ed or maybe you're not, or depending on how you feel, how much of a barrier it is, that's going to affect you. If you don't understand the barrier or what you're going to do, then it's going to be a struggle, but everybody's going to have those struggles in life, whether you're around like a young adult to an older teen to an adult to a grandparent. There's going to be struggles in different ages and groups, and all those struggles are going to be different, and all struggles, barriers, whichever you prefer. If you don't struggle much, that's good, but if you don't struggle at all, you're probably exaggerating, because there's things that are going to prevent you from doing things like maybe you want to drink on your 21st birthday one day and you wouldn't be able to do that because you're either not your own guardian or you're not able to get an ID or you're not able to drive or be close enough to where you want to do that. But there always is things around that can help you. If you can't find how to get past your barrier, try to find a resource that will help you or figure out a solution to your problem. As I would say, use solutions. Even if I can't figure out your problem, I can give you the best advice I can on that problem, and you can use that as a resource. You can try to research that, or if you don't want to take the time to research how to get around that barrier, I would be willing to do that for you, whether it's how to get your license. Even if I don't know something or I haven't completed something, I would still be willing to take my time to help go through that. And we have about 10 minutes left or so. So there's barriers, there's depression, there's libraries. So there's all different things. Like, say there's even a barrier at a library, like maybe you're not old enough to go in that library, or you're not old enough to use their resources, or you don't have a library card. One thing you can do for a library card, like if somebody recently just got a library card, you can ask for a library card, and if you can ask what you need. Also, if you go to more than one library because you have more than one friend or they have different libraries, what you can do is communicate to them that they can get a library card and it can be activated throughout like the state or county, depending on where they are. Then they're able to use that globally. Basically, what you can do with solutions, use it globally. If you're on your device, if you're on your device on a bus or with another friend sitting in their car, or if you're on a plane or at college, just listening to this even. So you can do different things to surpass that barrier. You can do the same thing for depression. You can figure out what you can do for it. What else? It's probably about, actually, that might be it for now. Time is 30, yeah. So this might be a little bit shorter one than usual. As for like technical difficulties and whatnot, some of them like 30 minutes or so, but I do hope you kind of enjoyed. And as for subject, because again, I have guests here and I don't want to keep them waiting for too long, so this could be a little bit shorter one, but I do hope you enjoyed. And as always, stay strong and problem solve on. And remember, Sunday or Saturday at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time for about an hour or 2 hours, depending on what the subject is or how many subjects there are, or if I'm with guests or not. That's basically what I'm going to talk about. Maybe one day there's going to be a guest you'll actually see, because I have yet to do that. Because I think one of the topics actually was a live interview again, but I didn't ahead of time ask either one if they wanted to participate, but they have communicated, and it, obviously you've heard audio from both or one of them. So as always, stay strong and problem solve on, and I will see you in the next session.